Yo, YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to the Radar for Wrestling Studios.
What up, Mox?
Guys, NXT Takeover War Games 2020 just ended, so we're recording this. Is our recap and review reaction video to NXT War Games 2020, which was another tremendous takeover in the long line of tremendous takeovers for NXT. NXT Takeover, as you know, without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to be a good night of wrestling. You can just bank on it. There's nothing saying it won't.
At worst, it's a good day of wrestling. Usually, it's always phenomenal, amazing, the best ever. You know, they're always off. They're always off the charts.
Now, this takeover right here, like akin to all the other war games that have happened in the past, the last three, it is up there with some of the best NXT takeovers events to happen in recent memory. So this is a really good show. So it was tremendous. But we're gonna get on to that. Before we do, and remind you guys, drop a like on this video. Previous videos that have dropped, future videos in the pipeline are gonna drop. Smash that like button for all those videos. We do appreciate it. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel if you're watching and not subscribed to the channel. It really helps us out. Notification bells gets alerted when new videos drop like this one and the future ones coming out that we have planned. Also, follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all the same handles. Follow me on all those platforms for social media. In the description section below, you got links. Amazon link. Click through there, shop through there. Use the link, kicks back towards the channel. Honor Club and Fight TV. Sign up through all that. Buy pay-per-views there. Use that link in the description section, kicks back towards the channel. Highspots.com, same thing. Use the link, buy whatever you guys want there, but use that link, kicks back to the channel. Appreciate any support we can get to help the channel grow. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Our recap, review, and reaction to NXT War Games 2020. NXT War Games 2020 started off with the picture right behind us is the Women's War Games match. Now, remember, it's Team Shotzi, which is Shotzi, Io, Ember, and Rhea going against Team LeRae, which is Candice LeRae, Toni Storm, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez. We have all those women in the ring. The match starts off with Dakota Kai going against Ember Moon, and it was a really tremendous match. Now, before we even get into the match, I want to remind you guys that, remember, these women put their bodies on the line for our entertainment and for the stakes that were on the line in all War Games matches. They were also fighting for as many Dwayne Gills as they could possibly get, because Dwayne Gill, aka Gilbert, is the guy we're using as the enhancement talent we're putting to rate all these matches. So shout out to Dwayne Gill, shout out to Gilbert. Now, back to the War Games match. Dakota Kai and Ember Moon start the match. They're going all the way through. Now, remember, Shotzi Blackheart's team has the advantage. Interesting, because normally the advantage War Games works better for like heel teams, right?
Yeah, that's usually the way it works, because it just makes sense that the heels are getting the heat on the baby face. But whatever, we can have both heel baby faces the same match. Remember, there's two. Usually back in the past it was always one match. Now it's two matches, so you gotta can't play the same rules.
Exactly. So they get the advantage, but it doesn't really work out for them the entire match, right?
No, it really doesn't.
When it gets to the point where Io Shirai is supposed to come in, Raquel Gonzalez is a smart thing, and it's interesting thing by NXT is she holds the door shut and doesn't really let Io Shirai get in the match. Yeah, I just thought it was hilarious. Candice LeRae was the final person to come in. She comes in, she gets in there while Io Shirai is still on the outside. They start brawling. This is the big spot of the match. Io Shirai out of nowhere with a garbage can on her head jumps off the top of the cage on top of everybody laying down. Now, the timing of this is crazy, that she was able to make the jump as perfect as she did with a garbage can over the top of her head.
The timing, I mean, maybe she could see a little bit like from looking underneath, but I mean, even if that's a ridiculous move. And you know what? Shout out to her, because I've never seen that. That was nonsense. It was complete ridiculousness. It popped. It was crazy. Definitely, it was a spot of the night. It was just ridiculous in all aspects.
One of the other spots of the match was when Ember Moon removed the Eclipse on chairs on Dakota Kai. It looked like she almost broke her neck on that, but that was nuts. But this whole match, now it seems like Dakota Kai Ember Moon's feud will continue after this. Seems like that's the feud to come out of here. But this is the coming out party for Raquel Gonzalez to be shown as a legitimate threat in the NXT Women's Division. She pinned Io Shirai to win this match.
The NXT Women's Champion. I mean,
she pins the NXT Women's Champion. She knows she's coming off big after this match, so that's gonna happen.
That's a huge way to end it, because again, that's your NXT champion, your women's champion, and for Raquel Gonzalez to get her, she takes the 1, 2, 3 for the whole team. I mean, that's huge. So I mean, we're gonna see where this goes, but that was a big step in the women's division. A shakeup is coming.
Yeah, and there's the big moment. This match is gonna get 4 1/2 Dwayne Gills. Tremendous matchup. Enjoyed this completely. Gilbert, as Team Candice defeats Team Blackheart. Oh, we forgot to mention Shotzi Blackheart's new tank came out.
It's huge,
badass tank with a rocket on the front. She actually shoots that rocket out. Awesome visual. Like when all the women were on top of the tank. It's crazy.
It's like China's gun thing. Remember, she called it with the
exactly.
Thing, it had those vibes. But no, it was awesome. It was huge. It was way bigger. The other one looked like a toy. This one looked like a really a small car running through the damn ramp. So it was pretty cool.
Tremendous match. 4.5 Dwayne Gills for us on that one. Yeah, it was awesome match from start to finish.
Great job, ladies. Great job. Keep it up.
They did a tremendous job. Lots of weapons in both NXT War Games matches. Next match on the show was Tommaso Ciampa versus Timothy Thatcher. We talked about this match on our prediction episode, so go back and check that one out. But the thing was that we said if this got enough time, it could be one of the best matches on the show, and it was. Behind the 2 War Games matches, it was the 3rd best match on the show. Come out of the gate and give this one 4 Dwayne Gills. It was, if you like hard-hitting, physical wrestling, this is what you got here. 2 guys, no nonsense, nasty sons of bitches, especially Timothy Thatcher's a real nasty bastard. Everything looks like real, it was good.
Yeah, everything they do is everything super intense. They're just laying their stuff in. Everything looks like it hurts, like you're just in pain. Those guys have to be sore. They have to mess something up. Muscles are gonna be messed up because it's just ridiculous how hard they hit each other. But like we said, we thought that would be like one of the best matches. Yeah. It was the best match. If there wasn't 2 huge War Game matches, this would have been, match of the night because it's just on any other show because that's how good it was. And I don't know where it's gonna go because Ciampa won. Usually, if the heel wins, you'd figure we'd have a few come out of this. But I think they should still keep it going because
I think it's gonna keep going. I think it's gonna keep going.
They really should need to keep going because I would like to see a more intense match, one with more behind it, more storyline behind it to even be more intense and add that extra layer to it. So, and again, like what we said in our prediction show, Ciampa needs to get going here. Let's get him on a roll. Ever since he came back, he's just been kind of, in the background, not really doing much. So let's go Ciampa. He's one of the faces.
Yeah, and this is the match with the most minimal of a build there was on the show, and it ended up being the best non-War Games match on the show. It was it was tremendous. It was just if you like physical wrestling, like guys beating the living hell out of each other, this was it. Ciampa got the win here. He hit the DDT off the second rope, and that was the end of that. He pinned him. I like the pin that he did. He kind of covered the upper body and held Thatcher's arm in so he can't reach for the rope. So it's a little thing like that, little nitpicky thing that really accentuates the match.
And those are pro things that add to the realism of it, and you can't look through anybody's work. You can tell point things off. Hey, that looked kind of cheesy. Like McAfee today, he had some spots where he's asking to be hit. These guys are professionals and they lay that work in and they make just the small things that add that realistic feel to it.
Yeah, so we gave this one 4 Dwayne Gills in there. Tremendous matchup. Next match, we have the strap match, Dexter Lumis versus Cameron Grimes. This is actually better than I expected it to be. It's going to get 3 Dwayne Gills for this match. Lumis gets the win by defeating Cameron Grimes, but it was a good match. It was solid. They did well with the strap and playing that in. Nice little spot towards the end. They went through a reversal of moves, and slowly you see the strap winding around, Cameron Grimes' leg, and then that would come into play where Dexter Lumis would pull the strap, tripping Cameron Grimes. He hits head first on the chair, and that would lead to the submission win by Dexter Lumis. But yeah, I give this one 3 Dwayne Gills. Goes pretty solid.
Yeah, it gets 3 Gilberts. I would have gave it 5 just because I was happy to see Dexter Lumis whip the crap out of Grimes because he just makes me so mad just looking at him. So that was 5 stars for me. Yeah. But we couldn't give 5 stars, so we had to give it a 3. But definitely good match. I didn't expect much going in. Didn't really care going in all that much because I dislike Cameron Grimes so much. I would like to see some zombies, but whatever. It is what it is. Can't get everything I want, but. Definitely a surprise.
Definitely was a solid match. Enjoyed it, but more than I thought it was going to be. So 3 Dwayne Gills on that match. Next match, we had the North American title match: Leon Ruff, Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano. Yeah. This match, it started off kind of odd, right? It started off Leon Ruff was going to be the joke of the match, which he was. Yep. Eventually, he would get knocked out of the match just for a little bit, come back and make a big dive off the top rope. And we would see a lot of those ghost face guys, the guys with the scream masks that have been following Johnny Gargano around ever since Halloween Havoc. There was 6 or 7 of them. I thought they were Retribution at one point, but they weren't. They ended up being Austin Theory, one of them. I guess the other guys are just a bunch of randos. But Gargano ends up getting the win here because all those ghost faces would take out Damian Priest. Gargano would pin Leon Ruff, and now you're 3-time NXT North American champion, which I predicted. So that's one for me right there. And this match is gonna get 3.5 Dwayne Gills. Gargano now, I guess with Austin Theory, is is now your 3-time North American champion.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good match. Leon Ruff was definitely the joke in the beginning. The Priest felt bad because he threw him through the barrier, and it was like, oh man, why did I do that? He's so small, and just a nice guy. But he came in and he had some fun spots. He got his shit in. There was a 1-2-3 that was really close on Gargano. I thought the referee messed up or Gargano messed up. It was that close. We were like, oh, was that 3? But it was a fun match. There was a good spots by everybody. The right guy won. Gargano needed to win. Leon Ruff was a fun little wrench to throw in the feud with him and Priest, with Gargano and Priest. That was a fun little thing to throw in there. But now let's get to the real feud. It's Priest, Gargano with Theory. So we'll see how that kind of three-way goes. Who knows? Maybe Ruff will join with Priest, and they'll have like a tag team match type of thing, which will be interesting too, because Ruff is just so small and kind of like the weak link and make it life harder for Priest. So there could be a bunch of fun things coming out of this, but definitely a very good match.
Yeah, definitely a very good match. Now this does close out a tremendous 2020 for Damian Priest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Second, he's probably superstar of the year in NXT, second to only Keith Lee for Keith Lee's run that he went on in NXT from the beginning to the middle of 2020, towards the latter part of 2020. But yeah, he is tremendous. 2020 for Damian Priest. He will continue to build on this in 2021, hopefully, and maybe even become NXT champion in the future.
Yeah, I can see it.
The next match on the show is the main event, men's War Games match, the Undisputed Era.
This match,
you already know who the members of Undisputed Era are. Going against Team McAfee, Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch. O'Reilly, Kyle O'Reilly, and Pete Dunne are the ones that start off this match. Remember, Pat McAfee's team has the advantage here. This was a barn burner of a match here, yeah.
But let's not skip, because the opening intro and that vignette in the beginning, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Good little music video that had going.
Shout out WWE on the combination between War Games and Black Sabbath.
That was awesome. It got me hyped. It
was a tremendous video package for that.
Great package. Yeah, that's a hell of a way to get me hyped for this match. I was so hyped for that.
Big time. Yeah, a brutality in this match between.
So much
now this match was mainly Lorcan, Burch, and Dunne against Undisputed Era. Pat McAfee didn't do a lot in this matchup. He did a lot less than he did against the match with Adam Cole, but obviously makes sense. That was a 1-on-1. This is 4-on-4. So he would come out and he would make a massive dive off the top of the cage. Before this, he would come out and then take out a bunch of weapons from on the bottom. They took out a bunch of weapons during this match: cricket bats, chairs. They brought up tables that were all marked for each member of the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
So kind of like body bags. In the beginning, you would have McAfee do a moonsault through one of the tables. So that was a cool spot by him.
Yeah. I mean, there were some spots. He went through the table. There was a part where they were on the top turnbuckle and Adam Cole just pushed him off.
Yeah.
And he it was the table was halfway the other side of the ring, and he just flew off. He hit the back of his neck in that thing. I don't know if but say what you want about McAfee, there were some spots where he's taking moves and he's keeping them away what's coming next. But he took a crazy swanton off the top of the cage into the group of guys. Nobody caught him.
Yeah,
he literally just fell on his ass.
It sounded like he hit pretty hard when he landed on that swanton off the top.
Because usually the guys will catch you and you all fall out there. I don't know if they just did it on purpose, but he busted his ass. But ups to him.
The stars of this match, the workhorses of this match were Dunne, Lorcan, and O'Reilly and Fish. These were the guys that really went all out this match. Lorcan was taking shots for Pat McAfee. He took the big knee from Adam Cole, pushed Pat McAfee out of the way, took it for him. So straight took a bullet for his leader. But big spots all throughout the match. Broken tables here and there. A lot of stuff going on. But Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan were the MVPs of this match. They did a ton of work in the ring.
Yes, they did.
There was a lot going on in this match. But in the end, Undisputed Era wins it out. As
they should.
As they should have. Yeah, I was kind of feeling maybe there's gonna be a screw job finish or somebody's gonna turn on somebody. That's what I was leaning towards. I wasn't sure how the ending was gonna end up happening, but Undisputed Era does come out. This was gonna get 4.5 Dwayne Gills from us. Big spots all over. Tremendous work by all guys. Pat McAfee did what he was supposed to do. Congrats to him, and kudos to him for actually being willing to be in a match like this, take the big dive off the top, and go through all the punishment that he went through in this match. Be it little, but he did as much as you could ask for him, getting thrown into the cage, taking a Panama Sunrise, all the stuff like that. Taking big spots here and there, and the table spots, all that stuff.
Figure 4 flipped on him. All that stuff.
He did put the figure 4 on him.
There was a point where the 3 guys were knocked out. It was Undisputed Era and just McAfee. They just kind of gang stomped him and beat the crap out of him. So that was pretty awesome. Again, these war game matches are so intense and so crazy, and there's so much going on, guys flying all over the place, that no matter what, automatically is going to get a 4.
Yeah.
And then these guys elevated with the fun spots, with the hard-hitting moves. There was a cool spot, if you didn't watch the match, but there's a spot where the Undisputed Era has Birch, Lorcan, Dunn, like in between the rope and the cage. They're just each of them going 1, 2, 3 after night, just doing elbows and kicks and super kicks. It was just like, it was a crazy segment. And the way it ended, the guys were hurting. I mean, Adam Cole took a freaking chair right to the stomach. It was just like,
yeah, it was
nuts.
Pretty bad. Yeah, it's that big chair to the stomach from Pete Dunne. That was a bad spot for him.
That was a bad
spot.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly ends up getting the pin on Oney Lorcan to get him the win, but 4.5 Dwayne Gills for this match. Tremendous matchup. NXT, AAA, Shawn Michaels, all those guys at NXT know how to do war games.
Yeah, man.
They do. Especially with the style of wrestling nowadays, it makes more sense, war games. So you can't, it's tough to have a really bad one, because WCW would have some bad ones, have some good ones. Make sure you check out my my war games best of video. I dropped that one. Make sure you check that one out. But it just shows like how good these matches can be and how good NXT does them, because they have yet to have a bad one. So shout out to NXT for doing that. But 4.5 Dwayne Gills for this final match. Undisputed Era beats Team McAfee, pretty much ending the feud there. We'll see what happens after this going forward and what the Undisputed Era get into after this. Maybe they continue a feud against Pat McAfee after this. I don't see how they could, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
I will like it, because Pat McAfee, this Pat McAfee group elevated all 3 of the guys. Like, they all came up better off from being in the group. So maybe they could come back to it maybe later on, a couple months on the road, who knows, for a bigger takeover. But this takeover was awesome. Just great. It was 3 hours of just exciting wrestling from top to bottom. NXT does, like we said earlier, takeovers are some of the best wrestling that you're going to find. Any takeover is just going to be good at its worst.
Yeah, it's always that entertaining. At its worst, it's going to be good. Now, we did have, before we finish, we did have Karrion Kross tease. He is coming back. They had a crow there that was, crowing, and they said it said TikTok over the loudspeaker, so he is coming back. Excited to see Karrion Kross back. My big Karrion Kross fan. Excited to see him back. Hopefully go towards Finn Balor, because Finn Balor did have a video promo here too, saying that after all this is done, the team stuff is done, and it's all about the Prince now. So we're gonna see what he does on NXT on Wednesday. Maybe Karrion Kross shows up on Wednesday and confronts Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. We'll see what happens. But that's our video for you guys. Our reaction review to NXT War Games 2020. Another top notch, hellacious fucking NXT Takeover event. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in.
So good. Watch it if you haven't watched it. It's that good.
Yeah, make sure you watch everything. Yeah, make sure you watch all the matches throughout, because every match is top notch. So that's a review, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. Remember, there's more people not to do the job.
Later.